hate this.
Excuse me! You need to go next door to Miss Townsend's.
I don't think so. You can't tell me.
Do you mind you get Mr. Clay J?
I'm not scared.
Okay. Come on. So, what was I trying to do? In August, we thought, okay, how can you do, yes, small groups are good. We need to do small groups. We want to do small groups. But then you've got all these kids who, they're not on task. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're doodling in their books. You turn in work, the task's finished. So our question, what evidence do we see that students are self-monitoring behavior during small group instruction? Big task.
Issues just depending on the age level. And one thing that the middle school really has noticed in the last couple of years, and we've talked about it at extensive meetings and things like that, is the underachievement of our African American males. And if I wasn't here today, it would be because we figured it out and we're on the road, making millions of dollars telling everybody. But one of the biggest conclusions we came to was that it is a work in progress, and it's not just the students, it's the teachers also, and the way we approach our students and how we teach. So
for our second walk, the three males that we saw, they were doing flashcards, creating double bubble maps, and drawing, providing input. They were working with partners and talking to show comprehension in English classes and in other courses.
We did it for ourselves, really, to learn more about different ways to teach and different ways to get it across. And so we ordered this book, thank you, Ms. Page, and we read it, and we met weekly talking about it. We did walkthroughs to see some of the things that
we wanted to really narrow in on the hundreds chart activity because that's something big in kindergarten. We want them to be able to recognize numbers up to 30 and to count rope to 100. And I noticed when we were assessing them that the students that had rope counting, and we know that rope counting is not the end-all be-all, the goal is ultimately for them to recognize the numbers as well as being able to count forward as far as they can go. But we saw a correlation that students that could count just rope, just by themselves, could identify the numbers, a lot further than students who didn't have that rope, counting strategy down. I think I said that right. So anyway, the principles.
Oh, it's time to write the word. They kind of are anticipating what is the next step that they're going to do. They know that when they come in, they get their book that's on the table, they immediately start reading it. They're not waiting around to have somebody tell them you need to start. They know what's going on, and that helps them out too.
Beginning of the year and middle of the year to help us guide our instruction and to see how much progress they made. We can see with a letter identification for September, they came in knowing roughly 20 letters, and when we test them in January, we saw an increase by 2.27 points, and they came in knowing 23.13 letters.
A large number of the students obviously in the hallway after the bell rang, and the majority of them don't have a pass whatsoever. Not in their agenda book, not written on a piece of paper, no pass at all.
This, which I found, and I know the rest of our team found very beneficial. We got to see what other people were doing, see if what, am I doing the right thing? Is everybody else doing what I'm doing? And we were able to get some ideas, and through doing the peer learning visits and then going back and talking about them, I think it was very beneficial to us in learning some new strategies.
Achievement of our students. The reason why this was successful is you have one focus. You met together as a group and you agree as a grade level. I'm sure you had your discussions. We should do this, we should do that. You got to put all that aside. Then you found what data to look at, what treatment you were going to give it, or what outcome you wanted. That's why you were successful. You didn't go all over the place. You picked one little bite of the apple. And that's what you need to continue to do.